What's up, guys? My name's Kenny. Hope you're all feeling good today. It is currently Friday, May 1st, and the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I did post about this yesterday. I mentioned it in another video I uploaded a few days ago. I mentioned that in this month of May, I will be doing a challenge that throughout this month, every single day, I will be doing things to try to improve my mental health, to try to improve my mood, to make myself feel better. Now, I did this challenge back in the middle of December till the middle of January, where it was called my 30-day challenge to feel better, right? So I found myself being very depressed. I found myself just being in one of the worst spots that I've been at mentally for a while. And I said, I need to get better. I need to fix myself. I need to target my mental health. And I did that. I did a 30-day challenge where I challenged myself to exercise every day, meditate every day, eat healthier, make sure I got good sleep. I was really trying my best to just make sure that every day I was doing something. And so I thought back then, when May comes around, let's do it again, because it's Mental Health Month. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to have some of you guys participate alongside me, meaning you guys can do your own mental health month for yourself. Now, you don't have to do the same thing that I'm about to do. You guys can do whatever you want to do. You can maybe every week you do exercise a certain number of days, or every week you meditate, a certain number of times, or you can do whatever you want to do, whatever you think is going to improve your mental health. Maybe cutting back on drinking, cutting back on video games, cutting back on anything. I mean, like, if you want to reduce the amount of things you're doing throughout the month, then that's great. I'm off of social media. That's one thing. I think that a big part of our mental health is actually socializing with people. So if you can get out and be around others, whether it's your family, if you have friends, whoever, that's great. Maybe you need to go outside and walk more, or jog, or whatever you got to do. I mean, these are all things that would be good for us physically and mentally. Remember, a big part of mental health is physical health. So for me, that's going to be the physical health is going to be the biggest thing that's going to actually help me for this next month. Even though, by the way, guys, so I meditated pretty much every day. I skipped some days every once in a while. But like back when I did this 30-day challenge last time, I was meditating every day for about 10 to 15 minutes a day. I don't meditate every day, but I meditate at least once a week still. And that's sort of the thing that, like, I by doing the challenge last time, that habit has stuck with me. Like, I don't do it every day, sure, but like, I found meditation to be a thing that I can come back to whenever I feel like I need it. And so I think that's one of the reasons why you might want to start this challenge for yourself, is because you can form good habits. Like, that's exactly what this is about. So now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a notepad. So this is going to be we're going to create a May goals or plan, whatever we want to call this, right? So this is what day 1 of this month is about. Today, you don't have to do anything today. You don't have to exercise. You don't have to meditate. You don't do anything today. All I want you to do today on day 1 is come up with a plan like this. Get out a piece of paper. I don't have, a notebook around here, but like, if you just got out a piece of paper, get out a blank piece of paper, write on it, and just create a list, So this is what I would say. So number 1, exercise. For me, you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to go to the gym. You can just do some push-ups or do some jumping jacks at home. And you don't have to do it a lot. You don't have to do 30 minutes. You can do 10 minutes. You could do some days, just so you can say you did some, you can do 1 to 2 minutes per day, just so you can say you did something. I think something is better than nothing. 1 to 2 minutes, that's not really a workout. But you could say a goal 5 to 10 minutes every day, and then maybe you could say 1 day per week, 1 to 2 days per week, do like a full 30-minute workout. Do an actual full workout, 1 to 2 days per week. The other days, just do a quick set of jumping jacks or something. Do something to move your body every single day. Get some dumbbells out. I don't even care what it is, but this is my plan. It's a very loose plan. It's very much, I will get my body going. Oh, for me personally, this is where I'm going to do something very personal for myself. You do not have to do this, but this is where you should come up with something for yourself that you think is going to be good for you. For me, I really want to get started. I want to do some running. So if I can set a goal to run a mile once per week, that's my goal. I really, really want to get into running. I ran my first mile. There's a video on my channel of me talking about running my first mile in like over 10 years. I posted this 2 or 3 years ago. Was it like 2 years? I can't believe it's already been that long. I think it's been like 2 years. But like, I actually like went out for a run, and then I during that month, I went for several different runs, and then last year I didn't do it at all. Okay, 2 is meditation. We'll talk about if you don't really know what meditation is. For me, it's closing my eyes, sitting down, and trying to focus on, trying not to let my mind wander, or like when my mind like starts to think about things, it's to just kind of let the thoughts kind of drift away. Can kind of sit there in silence almost, and it really clears my head. So for me, I'm gonna do this every day for 10 to 20 minutes, and most days it's going to be about 15 minutes. Okay, so there's that. Number 3, eat healthy. Pretty much every day. I mean, like if you have a meal and you're like, is this a healthy meal? Is it not a healthy meal? Maybe this food, it's part of it is not that healthy. That's fine, But overall, we're going to cut back. For me, this is not even that hard to do because I already eat relatively healthy. I'm going to cut back on snacks. Less snacks, chips, less stuff like that. Chips, fries, things like that. I'm going to eat less of that. I never really eat sweet food, so I don't need to really worry about that. But like, I think too much sugar, I don't really eat a lot. I cut sugar out of my diet quite a bit, so I already am not doing that. But okay, so eating healthy is one thing. Sleep. Maybe set a sleep schedule. Set sleep schedule. This is something that I don't have to do immediately, but I think by the end of the month, maybe at least a couple weeks in, I would like to be on a better sleep schedule. Just going to bed at a good time. Let's just say that. So, number 5. Okay, this is something for me that I need to do, which is, what is a big problem that I have with my mental health? This is not something that you guys are going to relate to, but chess. I play a lot of chess, and I get so mad when I lose. So I'm going to say chess. I can only play chess. We got to cut back because like I've been playing a lot of chess recently. So again, part of this goal plan is to set specifics, right? So I don't just want to say less chess. I'm going to say a maximum of 1 hour per day. And we're going to say a maximum of 3 days a week. So I can play 3 hours of chess a week. That's certainly not enough to make me lose my temper and like get super mad. Okay, what other things? Okay, fun activities. Fun activities. Or not even just fun activities. Getting out of the house. Get out of the house. So, go for a walk. Go bowling. Things like that. Okay, number 7. What's another thing we could do? Affirmations. Okay, I don't know if I want to do this every day. But I'm gonna add this to the list. So how do affirmations work? Affirmations are like I would have to Google it real quick. Let me do a quick Google search of what are affirmations. Okay, affirmations are positive statements that help you deal with negative feelings, thoughts, and situations. So we want to be, yeah. Affirmations for confidence. I can make a difference in the world. It's okay that the struggle happened. Affirmations for self-care. I'm going to be all right. My body is beautiful. I deserve the best. Affirmations for a healthy relationship. I'm worthy of love. I'm thankful for my partner. Affirmations for the morning. I'm grateful to have woken up today. I'm going to see the world in a loving way. This is kind of the idea behind what I was doing on the channel for a minute. I was doing the Today I Will videos, which I gave up on that because I realized how hard it was for me to upload a video every day. But the idea behind my Today I Will videos series was to kind of do something like this. So affirmations, I could say daily, because this is not hard to do, right? Daily affirmations is not that hard to do. It's just having like 1 or 2 things to say. Maybe I just do this sort of, maybe I put an emphasis on doing affirmations every day, but kind of do it throughout the day. Like when I'm just sitting there bored, maybe think to myself, what is something that I could say to myself that would be a positive thing to say right now, that would combat the negative thoughts? You know? Oh, another thing I'll say, therapy. Okay, it just so happens that today I have a therapy appointment later. In fact, I'm just about to, right after recording this video, pretty soon, I will be going to my therapy appointment. So I started going to see a counselor. I started going to see somebody back in like December when I started up this. The reason why I'm going to therapy every month now is because I did this 30-day challenge to feel this mental health challenge. This got me started going to therapy, so, because I found myself back at the end of the year last year, I found myself being very depressed, being at like the worst I've been in a long time. And I said, I need to get better. So I said, let me just try going to therapy. Let me do all these things. Like that sparked this challenge idea, right? So like I genuinely feel like I have a problem and I need to address this problem, right? So I did do a lot of these things on my list. I mean, like, it helped me, but one of the things going to therapy, now I can't say for sure how much the therapy is doing well for me. I think that I only go once a month because I can't really afford it that much. But so I feel like if I went more frequently, it might turn out better. I don't know, but it's been good overall. It's useful for me I think to talk to somebody about things. But point being, it just so happens that today, May 1st, I have a scheduled appointment, which is kind of interesting. But here's something I want to say is that if you have not gone to therapy ever or in a long time, if you're not currently going, maybe use May as a mental health month to be the month that you go for the first time, or you schedule an appointment. Maybe you can't get in until next month, but like if you could schedule an appointment with a mental health professional or a licensed therapist, I would highly recommend that you do that. Just to address your mental health, assuming you can afford it, depending on, the country you live in or how expensive things are where you are. I mean, if you have insurance or whatever. I mean, like, just try it out, man. I mean, like, it's really good to do that. Okay, number 9, socialize. Socialize. So this is friends, family. I don't have any friends, so for me, this would just be family. So I've actually been pretty good at socializing recently with my family. I've been getting together with my family a lot more recently than I have previously. So this isn't really an issue for me. I'm not going to really intentionally do anything for this one throughout the month. I think it'll just naturally happen as I get together with family and stuff. But maybe you could say, here's a good one for me, is text my siblings more. That's a goal that I could have this month, because when I do message my siblings and when I reach out to them, say, hey, how you doing? Or send them a funny video or something. When I message them, maybe I should call them. I could maybe give them a phone call or whatever. When I do that, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. Like I am actually not being socially isolated right now. I'm not just, ignoring the whole world and universe and all the people that I love. I'm not ignoring everybody. Because a lot of times people don't reach out to me because I never reach out to them, and like they just think, oh, this guy just likes to be by himself all the time, and I can go a long time without ever talking to even my parents. I know some people, they message their parents every day or every week. I can go weeks and weeks and even a month or months without talking to them. So for me, just texting them or calling them is such an important thing for me to do. And I think we need to realize how important socializing is as far as, how important socializing is as far as how we feel mentally. I also want to add on here, so that kind of covers that. I do want to add on here, I mentioned this at the beginning for you guys, is maybe to cut back on social media. I can't quit social media. I love social media so much. But one thing about social media, one thing I think I should try is to go I want to try having an entire day without using social media. And maybe I can incorporate this into my daily life, which is, instead of just like watching TV, playing video games, I'm going to include all digital stuff. Everything digital. TV, video games, social media, to get off of that. Now, I mean, there are times when I'm off of social media because even when I'm doing the dishes, I have like a YouTube video playing or something, right? Like, but like, I guess like when I'm outside doing yard work, like I'm not on social media then. But like the idea is if I take time specifically to say, this time throughout my day, I am not going to be on social media. I'm not going to be using anything digital. If I was to do that, then it would force me to figure out how do I spend my time without a device? What am I going to do? I could read a book. Yeah, I mean, dedicate time without device. And what would I do? Read, write. I mean, you could say, well, yeah, I mean, that time I'm going to be exercising, or I'm going to be meditating, or I'm going to be doing all these things. I'm going for a walk. I mean, you could say that, but I mean, in some weird way, I think by doing other things, by challenging yourself to go outside for a walk more, to challenge yourself to meditate, to exercise, you are in a weird way actually already what you're doing is you're getting yourself off of social media, which is a weird thing. But okay, so what are some other things that you can do if you're not using a device? I mean, this is crazy. For all of you guys that are a little bit older that grew up without social media and stuff. I mean, I grew up with social media, you know, ever since I was like a teenager, you know, young teenager, you know, always had to, even when I was a young kid, I mean, I had a PlayStation, you know, so I played video games and stuff. But so if you're older, you'll realize, hey, you know, you probably already dedicate a lot of your time off of social media. But for me, this is a big problem. So, okay, so I just created a list of a lot of things. For you, you're not going to have the chess thing. And your activities, you got to find activities that you can do that get you out, that get you doing stuff. Maybe for you, it's something artistic, you know. I don't know what it is for you, but find some things to do throughout the month. Maybe this is listening to music. I don't know what it is. Find things that you can do. Create. This is all I did. I took out a piece of paper or a notepad here. I took out a notepad and I just created an outline for myself of what I'm going to be doing every day. How, like, what am I doing in this month of May that's actually going to target my mental health? And these are the things that I'm going to do. So if you sit down and you either copy mine, now not everything on here literally, but if you do something similar to this, create a plan for yourself, you're going to set yourself up for the next month of May. You're going to be able to see a difference in the way you feel after you do all these things. And you're not gonna be as depressed. You're not gonna be as angry. You're not gonna have high anxiety. You know, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna get your body moving. Exercising and meditating are gonna be the main things that I do every single day. Now, again, this doesn't have to start today. This begins tomorrow, right? Today is just creating the plan, because tomorrow is to start executing that plan. So we're gonna. You're not gonna see a video from me for at least 2 or 3 days, but this is day one, what you should do. And even if you're watching this in the middle of May, if you're watching this weeks into the May, you can still do a 30-day challenge and just start it whenever you want to start it. Or you can just do this for 2 weeks. You can do this for a week, 2 weeks. You don't have to do it for the exact amount of time as me. You don't have to go. You can make a much more intense plan for yourself than I am, or you can make you can do less stuff than me. That's fine, you know? And the thing about this is you don't have to be perfect. If you miss a day, if you don't work out one day, if you don't meditate one day, if you eat crappy one day, that's fine. But you have to try to be doing this. And then if you fail a little bit, don't let it stop you from making the next day a good day, right? So this is all about getting our life to be getting our habits in our life to be more aligned with taking care of our mental health, taking care of our body physically, taking care of our mental health. Also, something to throw on here is, you know, eating healthy and stuff. Take your vitamins. You know, if you have, you know, supplements or whatever, take them, you know. Be healthy all around with your food and what you take in. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Day one, creating a plan. I just did it. Now you could do it. We're doing this together. Please let me know in the comments if you are gonna participate in this. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.